Bruce Shooter here with the Mental Health Warrior Program podcast, No Surrender. And this episode is one of those 5-minute Mental Health Warrior challenges. Now, in those episodes, I'm giving you a tool you can use in under 5 minutes, and you can triumph over your challenges with the power of this tool. Because the idea is, remember, Mental Health Warrior Program is based on a self-help approach, and that builds self-empowerment. But things don't always have to be complicated to be powerful. So what we're going to do today, and this is exciting, is we are going to figure out a way to be prepared before we go into challenges. We're going to get ourselves emotionally centered and build that strength so that we can handle a challenge coming up. And the way we're going to do that is with an affirmation. We're going to repeat to ourselves. And next time you have a challenge coming up, I want you to think about this and take 30 seconds beforehand. So we can do this in definitely under 5 minutes. I want you to repeat to yourself, I am a mental health warrior and I will bend, not break. Now, if you've listened to me before, you know that sounds familiar. That's because that is the Mental Health Warrior Creed. And I was using it the other day and I thought this is a perfect example of something we can put in a 5-minute challenge. Because again, it is very powerful in what we can do with it. And funny enough, it's only 3 words. But that power is fantastic. Now, let's say we are going into a challenge. Let's say I might be heading out and it's rush hour and I have to drive a bunch and do a bunch of errands in rush hour traffic. I know I'm going to have some problems there. Let's say I'm going into a big meeting. I know I'm going to be called on, or a class that you're going to. I'm going to be called on, or maybe I'm actually speaking and leading some of this. Well, again, we could be in trouble if we don't have the right mindset going in. So I found myself, and I found this to be so effective, is to simply take 30 seconds and repeat to yourself, Bruce, and you can use your name, obviously. Bruce, you are a mental health warrior, and you will bend, not break. Now, the reason that's so impactful, and if you relate to this, maybe you have mental health challenges like I do. I used to break all the time with them. My bipolar, my anxiety disorders, PTSD, I used alcohol and turned to it. And another way to break, not deal with my emotions. So it was super important for me to learn this, but also to practice it each and every day, especially in challenging situations. But I also found, here's that secret tip, is if we do this before we get into the challenges, it is even more effective because we are building that mindset before we go into that turmoil, before we go into where we have the emotions running all over the place. And maybe things are just really busy, like in my example, driving in rush hour. You're trying to find the stores, trying to watch the traffic, trying to deal with the directions. You get the picture. The idea is I take 30 seconds and repeat this to myself, reinforcing I will not break, which again reminds me, hey, Bruce, you have tools. You are a mental health warrior. You're going to bend, not break, because we can even fill this in. You have warrior tools and solutions you can use. Now, it doesn't matter which ones I use, and I know we've talked a lot of other ones, tools and solutions on other podcast episodes, but it's important that we bend, not break. Otherwise, we'll never get a chance to use those tools. And also, a lot of times, and this is what's really neat, is I found by using this affirmation and repeating the warrior creed a couple times before I go into a tough situation, a lot of times I am emotionally centered and calmer. And I find sometimes I don't even need those tools because I've set and built such a great mindset that I'm really prepared for those challenges. Again, I've reinforced that I will bend, not break, which is what you can do. And this is so important to our path as we are working to triumph over our challenges, whether they be mental health challenges, whether they're life challenges that pop out of the blue. Everything comes with emotions. So we want to be prepared. And the best way is to simply not break. So try this next time before you go into situations. You will find yourself emotionally centered. You will find yourself calmer and ready to come up with better solutions because you will be in that better state of mind. As a mental health warrior, this is a really neat way in under 5 minutes to find a great way to triumph over challenges because this can last all day long. You can repeat it a couple times in the morning And I guarantee you it'll float through your mind just before you go into the next situation at 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night, because you've set that great mindset. So remember that neat little trick, and remember to use the Warrior Creed. And here we go. We're running out of time at the 5 minutes. So I'm going to sign off, but not without saying, if you want to check out more Warrior solutions and tools in the whole program, go to bruceshooter.com. Check out Mental Health Warrior Program. Type it in any of the search engines. It'll lead you there. You will see the 9 books we have, the challenge coin, lots of free resources, including a newsletter and a free ebook. And all of that power, you can start today and change your life. But you can do it right now by repeating with me. I am a mental health warrior, and I will bend, not break. Bruce signing off. You have a great day. We'll talk with you more next episode. Bye.